New fashions in clothing are created solely,
Mhm.
solidly, solely
Solely,
for,
just
solely
one L,
for,
yes.
yeah, solely for the commercial exploitation of women.
Mm-hmm. Yes, new fashion in clothing, or actually the way people get dressed are created solely or exclusively or merely for the commercial
Yeah.
exploitation of women. Exploitation means
Get the most out of something
uh,
without doing the
mhm,
same. I mean, for example, when you try to achieve something or access something or achieve something from something else, but
mhm,
in return uh, you do not actually give something in back fairly.
mhm. Yes, abusing and misusing
Yeah,
and yeah.
yeah.
Okay, please.
Whenever you see an old film, even one made as little as 10 years ago, you cannot help being struck by the appearance of the women taking part.
Hmm. Here actually there's a gerund structure and but because actually this version of the sentence has been reduced and the original sentence is the women who take part in that, you know,
Uh,
the women who take part has been
yeah.
reduced to the women taking part.
Yeah.
Hmm. So even one made as little as 10 years ago, you cannot help or you cannot stop. You cannot help being struck by the appearance of the women taking part. Um, so it means that even within that short limit of time, short period of time, women have turned out to be completely different
Yeah.
because of the unpredictability of fashion industry and designs.
Yeah.
Okay. Their hairstyle and makeup look dated. Their skirts look either too long or too short. Their general appearance is, in fact, slightly ludicrous. Okay. Uh, Makeup, the way they just beautify themselves or put on makeup, we say put on makeup. Look dated means
Look obsolete or out of date.
yes, obsolete and out of date. Their skirts long or short. Their general appearance is in fact, in essence, actually slightly ludicrous means
Ridiculous.
ridiculous. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, please continue.
The men taking part in the film, on the on the other hand, are
Mhm.
clearly recognizable.
Yes.
Recognizable.
Yeah, recognizable. It means that there isn't any big change in their appearance in the
Yeah.
current status and the actually status referring to or dating back to 10 years ago.
Exactly.
Hmm. The
There's
the men taking part. Yes. Okay.
there's nothing about their appearance to suggest that they belong to an entirely different age.
Hmm. There's nothing about their appearance to suggest to even you can say put here, but the formality is lower, the formality level to
Yeah.
put that they
Yeah.
belong to an entirely different instead of entirely you can say
Completely or
mhm,
totally.
utterly, thoroughly, completely.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. Yes, second paragraph.
This illusion is created by changing fashions. Over the years, the great majority of men have successfully resisted all attempts to make them change their style of dress.
Hmm. Okay. Illusion here refers to
Some wrong ideas or some wrong perspectives about something.
No, here it doesn't mean that. It means a
Uh,
change, a difference, a big difference.
Really? Oh.
Yeah. Illusion has several meanings, a couple of meanings, and one of them actually means a marked difference. And that difference refers to their appearance actually in comparison to the current status and the obsolete one. Not so much obsolete, but actually 10 years ago, for example. Right? Is
Yeah.
created by changing fashions over the years. The great majority of men have successfully resisted all attempts to make them change their style of dress or hair or actually the way they get dressed. Please.
The same cannot be said for women. Each year, a few so-called top designers in Paris or London lay down the law, and women, the whole world over, rush to obey.
Mm-hmm. Lay down a law means?
Actually, to dictate people to
Mm-hmm.
do something special.
Exactly. Yeah. Um, so-called?
Uh, it has too many. One of them is called. I mean, when it wants to, it refers to, for example, a title of something or a label of something, and another meaning is about, let's say, a topic, or let's say a title which is chosen for something or someone that person doesn't deserve that.
Okay, and which one does it refer to among the two
Second,
definitions?
I think it's the second. Yeah.
Yeah, the second, that's right. So instead, actually, women just listen to or obey everything that the top designers dictate, and they.
The decrees of the designers are the whole world over rush to obey. No, sorry, I made a mistake. The decrees of the designers are unpredictable and dictatorial.
Mm-hmm. Okay, decree means.
Some rules which are imposed on people by, for example, some other sources.
Mm-hmm. Yes, tenet. It means actually uh, some rule.
Yeah.
This year.
And this year they decided their arbitrary in British
Arbitrary.
arbitrary.
Mm-hmm.
I think one of them is arbitrary and the other one is arbitrary in, I mean, British and American.
Uh, yes, but I'm sure that it's not arbitrary.
Oh, okay. Arbitrary.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Arbitrary fashion. Skirts will be short and waist will be high. Zips are in and buttons are out.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Arbitrary fashion means.
It means that when you choose something without any restrictions, uh, whatever you want,
Uh-huh.
other than
Yeah,
a
it means
free
actually
freedom.
random. Yeah, randomly, you know, and accidental, and not being so fastidious, not being so careful or discreet, or not really
Yeah.
mean that. And that's why actually they are subject to change. Skirts,
Yeah.
if something is in and something is out, means.
It means that something is fashionable or something is obsolete.
Yes, unfashionable. Yeah.
Yeah.
Something is stylish, something is à la mode, something is actually
A la
just.
mode.
Yeah, à la mode, A space LA space mode MODE means stylish. It's French, but it exists in English too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, and next year the law is reversed, and far from taking exception, no one is even mildly surprised.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, everything actually changes to the opposite 100 and 180 degrees, and nobody just complains, and He's not even surprised. And let me see.
If women are mercilessly exploited year after year, they have only themselves to blame.
Hmm. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's their own fault, you know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because they shudder at the thought of being seen in public in clothes that are out of fashion. They are annually blackmailed by the designers and big stores.
Hmm. Blackmail means?
It means to use blackmail against somebody. I think blackmail as a noun means that when you try to force someone to do something and try to threaten them that
Hmm.
if they do not obey you and follow what you say, you will do something or you would bother them or I don't know.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah.
We have another verb here that is a good synonym for blackmail. Starting with B. Do you know that in this unit?
With the same meaning, you said?
Yes, a very good synonym for that. It is used actually in the later parts of this unit. Maybe actually the last paragraph.
Bully.
Yes,
Bully.
yes, very good. Bully. To some extent, they are synonymous. Okay, very good. So when you shudder at the thought of something means.
It means that you think that something is bad and reprehensible. Let's say.
Hmm.
Clothes which have been worn only a few times have to be discarded because of the dictates of fashion.
Hmm. Because of dictates of fashion.
Dictates of fashion.
Hmm. Uh, let's say. Uh, okay. Discard means
Throw away or get rid of
yes,
something.
throw away. But here actually illogically because they have been worn just for a few times and they are good to
Yeah,
be worn again. But okay,
exactly.
please.
When you come to think of it, only women is capable of standing in front of a wardrobe packed uh, full of clothes and announcing sadly that she has nothing to wear.
Hmm. Yes, this is ironic. Why do we have announcing and not announce?
Uh, just a second.
Mhm.
Because it's describing it, explaining a situation. Uh, because standing in front of because of parallelism, yeah, it's capable of standing in front of
Only
it.
a woman is capable of standing. No, it's because of capable of standing and actually announcing refer to the same structure after capable.
Changing fashions are nothing more than the deliberate creation of waste.
Hmm. Deliberate means
Slowly,
slowly and carefully and
yeah.
intentionally. Intentionally, yes. Uh, okay.
Many women squander vast sums of money each year to replace clothes that have hardly been worn. That
Hmm.
have hardly worn.
Yeah. Squander means
To waste money
mhm,
carelessly, time, opportunity, or
yes.
something.
Yes, not necessarily money.
Money.
Vast sums or let's say a great deal of a vast quantity or vast quantities of money. But for money we don't use quantity. Each year to replace clothes that have hardly been worn. Okay, please.
Women who cannot afford to discard clothing in this way waste out of their time altering the dresses they have.
Hmm. Yes, those poor women. If they cannot afford to get new and changing clothes, they need to do something else. Yeah. In this way, waste hours of time altering, changing the dresses. Okay.
Hemlines are taken up and or let down. Waistlines are taken in or let out. Necklines are lowered or raised, and so on.
Mm-hmm. Yes, some changes that those, let's say, almost not so affluent women have to do in order to just show that they are open to fashion.
Can claim that the fashion industry contributes anything really important to society. Fashion designers are rarely concerned with vital things like warmth, comfort,
Mm-hmm.
and durability.
Yes, that is industry, and
Industry.
contribute anything really important to society. When you contribute to something means
You take part in. I mean, you have a
Mhm.
you helped in, with that.
Yeah, to you try to uh, actually make or have some productive effects in something. Fashion designer
And your
very
role
Mhm.
constitutes a percent of the whole.
Yeah, percent of the whole, yes, and you make a contribution is another form with vital things like warmth, comfort, and durability and stability. Yes, that is true. You know, these things should come first: warmth,
Yeah.
comfort, and durability. Not, for example.
Uh, they are they are only interested in outward appearance, and they take advantage of the fact that women will put up with any amount of discomfort, providing they look right.
Mhm.
And you see this in the uh, last part of this sentence. We can see the result, providing they look.
No, no,
Uh,
that providing actually means if. Providing here means if.
really?
Yeah. Also, you can say providing, provided, or providing that. Providing is different here. You
It
can
means if here. Yeah.
use your if your Longman dictionary is there, just check it please right now to make sure.
As a preposition. Yeah.
Let me see. Let me just make a contribution.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Providing.
Provided.
Yeah, it's a conjunction.
Yeah.
Okay, but it's not that used these days. However, the style of this book is literary,
Yeah.
and it's and also you can definitely use it in your essays. Definitely.
It's a good idea. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Even I used it in my thesis so many times. Yeah. And let me see. Outward appearance, they take advantage of this fact. Women will. There can hardly be a man. Yeah. Put up with that means stand in that amount of discomfort, providing they look right. Yeah, as long as they look right, that is okay. And forget about the other
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
There can hardly be a man who hasn't at some time in his life smiled at the
Sight.
sight of a woman shivering at the flimsy dress on a wintry day, or delicately picking her way through deep snow in dainty shoes.
Mm-hmm. Delicately. And
Delicately.
yeah. Something that smile. Yeah, here smile means actually sneer at and mock at to some extent. It's not that positive, you know. The sight of a woman shivering or shaking in a flimsy
Yeah.
dress means
thin and really,
Mm-hmm.
which are not powerful,
Mm.
light and thin.
Yeah. It does not give you actually uh, enough covering to protect you
Yeah.
against cold weather. Wintry day or delicately fragile in a fragile way, picking her way through deep snow in uh, dainty shoes. Means,
Small, pretty, and
mm-hmm.
delicate.
Yeah, just beautiful, but not durable, not protective, supportive of your feet. Okay, when?
Okay. When comparing men and women in the matter of fashion, the conclusions to be drawn are obvious.
Mm-hmm.
Due to the constantly changing fashions of women's clothes, one wonders reflect basic qualities of fickleness and instability.
Mm-hmm. Okay, instability means lack of durability, as you know, and do the constantly changing fashions of women's clothes, one wonders, reflect basic qualities of fickleness means unpredictability and changing all the time,
Yeah.
and instability.
Are too sensible to let themselves to bullied by fashion designers do their unchanging styles of dress reflect basic qualities of stability and reliability, and that's for you to decide.